Also, I have really great news. Stead'n is approved now for IVIG at home. Because he had such great improvement and results from his first infusion, and then he had another infusion just recently at the hospital, more significant improvement. The insurance, after a couple years of trying to get them to approve stuff, has finally approved IVIG at home for like every 8 weeks. So I'm really excited because this is what he should have had to begin with. He should have, I went to doctors since he first got sick at age 13. I've been trying to, you'll see in the past, but I've been trying to get him help for years through different neurologists, trying to get someone to, give him some type of treatment. And I read about this years ago, and, no one wanted to treat him for pandas. I kept on saying it was something else. Like they wanted to, do all these tests to say it wasn't pandas, to say it was like, other explanations for it. But, so in the meantime, while everyone was debating on the realities of pandas, my son was getting sicker and sicker. And, you've seen how he, with every flare-up, he would lose more abilities, lose more functioning, he lost so much cognitive, like behaviors, like regressions big time. And then finally, I found a great neurologist here where I live. I traveled everywhere, and I finally found one here that said yes, he should have had this treatment a long time ago. Anyways, long story short, fast forward through all the hard times, Shanna's doing so much better. I'm so thankful. I thank God every single day that we found someone to help him, because he wasn't able to talk anymore or do anything. He was like a vegetable. He was getting worse and worse, but we found a really great neurologist that was willing to diagnose him with the correct diagnosis and give him the IVIG. And he's talking, he's walking, he's thank goodness throughout it all, he's always retained his personality. So that's a blessing. But he's, improving all the time, every day, which the really sad thing, he has really debilitating OCD tics that might not improve. They've improved a lot. It used to take us, like, we used to not even be able to leave the house. So taking 6 hours to leave the house, now it takes, 1 to 2 hours to leave the house, and that's like perfect. Like, you never know. You take for granted the ability to just get up and go. We before he had this, we used to be able to go to the dollar store. Hey, let's go to the store. Like that. But now, to go to the dollar store, it takes, some preparation. So, with prepping, like even the day before, we take a couple days of prep for an outing sometimes. And if, with all that prep, the fastest he's done it's probably about 30 minutes with prepping, like getting, everything ready, dressed and all that, the day before, or even, but that's what's hindering. And then, so the IVIG stops the flare-ups, so he doesn't have any more regressions. We're trying to correct his autoimmune disorder, because we don't want regressions. So after the first infusion, the neurologist wanted to give him this IVIG more often, but insurance, which he has state insurance, okay? So it's not private insurance, because of his disability, he gets insured through the state. And I'm thankful for that, but that comes with a lot of roadblocks because they don't want to pay for stuff that's necessary. And so that's why his infusions had to be where he was hospitalized. Plus, it's good to monitor him for any reactions. So, yeah, so we've been trying to get this more often since his first one. And it should have happened. And then we had to, just recently, he was having really bad regressions. Like, he got more ticks. He's been having a hard time since October. And we've been trying to get an infusion. So since October, he's been having small regressions. It's a little creeper, it creeps. With each flare-up, there's a little more, a little more, a little more. And then it slowly changes him. Where sometimes it's not even noticeable because it's so slow until you're there. So, but yeah, he had a bad flare-up, and he said it was getting harder to talk again. So we were able to get him in the hospital, and that did good. He's feeling a lot better. He can tell the difference. So they worked it out with the insurance that he is approved to have the in-home infusions by a nurse. So what they do is they deliver everything that is needed, and then every 8 weeks a nurse comes twice. It's a 2-day infusion, but she doesn't stay the whole time. So she comes for about 5 hours, however long it's going to be, about 5 hours, the first infusion, because it's a little bit less than he got in the hospital because it's more often. And then she waits overnight and does another infusion, and he'll have the same thing. That he'll have, he should be having a saline drip. I requested that he have that because I want to make sure he's hydrated. So saline drip, IVIG, and then she comes back the next day and does it again. So the only downside is I have to make sure my house is spotless and put the dogs up because they're a little pain in the butt to keep away. But when you have people over, you want to make sure. My house is always pretty clean, you know what I mean? It's always pretty clean. It's just dusting and mopping and vacuuming when I don't want to, but I'm going to. So anyways, yeah, so every few weeks, yay, I'm excited. And this is what the doctor said he needed to fully correct. So we're going to, hopefully, a couple years of this, and we'll see. Like, this has been a long road. A very long road. And, to go from such dire straits to hope is awesome. Anyways, we have our deliveries for us. So they FedEx delivered it this morning. So we have, this is an IV pole. I have to put this IV pole together. So we're going to put that together. So that's ready to rock and roll. And then we have, this is the actual medicine that has to be put in the fridge. And then, he gets an EpiPen kit, an Epi kit, because anaphylactic shock possibilities, which there shouldn't be, but you never know. So you have to have that kit on hand. So I have to create a safe spot just for his IVIG stuff. And it's such a huge weight off my shoulders to have this, and to know that I don't have to finagle his way into the hospital just to get his treatments now and worry about a huge bill. So we're going to put this in the fridge. Now when he gets his infusion, it's going to be in a week or so. You have to keep his meds in the refrigerator, she says, but don't freeze it. And then take it out a couple hours before they get here for his infusion, so it has time to get room temperature. So when he does get his infusion, I'm gonna, the nurse will be here. I don't want to. She's here to monitor him the whole time, so I won't film too much. I'll just say hey. Because, you know, we don't want to intrude on her privacy either. So yeah, let's open this up. Let's see what's in here. It's in an ice chest. So we got, I'll have to check that off. We have a list of what's supposed to be in here. It came well insulated with nice foam. Look at that. Nice. Of course, this is expensive stuff. Here's the ice things. Oh yeah, it's still really cold. It's summertime, so I met them out there and made sure I got it in right away. Oh, and then he should get like a biohazard thing also for disposal, they said. So I'm gonna leave it in the bubble wrap. It says well no, maybe I shouldn't. I'll just open it and read it because it might have instructions. Let's get a scissors. I feel like so much at peace now. Like Shandon, like, you know, he's actually reading right now, and he hasn't read in like 5 years because he would get stuck repeating and repeating, and now he's not doing that. So, I mean, he's read like magazines and stuff, but not actual books, you know. So, all right, it says refrigerate, do not freeze. So, immunoglobulin, intravenous, human 10%, 300 milliliters is what he's getting. So, yeah. 2 days of 300 milliliters. Yep, they're both the same. All right, I better put that in the fridge. We want to make sure it stays nice and cold so it's viable because it is a blood product. I'm going to go do that really fast. All right, so let's see. We got that in the fridge, and now, let's see. I don't see the, I requested 1,000 milliliter saline because they didn't have that on order. And I want it to be like the same in the hospital. I don't want to do anything different, you know. So I'm going to have the same outcome. But I don't see the saline. Maybe it's in the other box. This has anaphylactic kit right here with extra Benadryl. It has the saline solution in this one, but I don't think it's in here. I'll have to open it up. All right, yeah. So he's gonna have to take Benadryl and Tylenol just like in the hospital to help beforehand. But there's it. EpiPen. It says infusions of drug. Instructions for reactions. So this is a reaction kit. I think that goes in the fridge too. All right. I don't know where the saline. Hope I don't have to contact someone. I can call the pharmacy people are really nice. They talk to me on the phone, and the nurse seems really nice. So let's see what's in this box. All right, let me open this box. Yay! He did get, this box does have the saline solution, so yay. All right. So here's the saline. Let's see how much she got. All right, so yeah, he'll have a slow drip. And my camera shut off. All right, so he'll have a slow drip, 1,000 milliliters of that, so that's good. Okay, we got everything. Yes. All right, so I got this drawer organizing cart from Sam's Club for medical supplies because I don't want them to be scattered and just laying in a box. That way the nurse has a clean area to work on. It looks pretty cool. Like it has a table on top. It's like an art drawer in drawers. So she can put like her needles or whatever she needs close at hand on a clean surface. And then I got this cart I just got done putting together. Also from Sam's Club just for odds and ends. And then I have a hand sanitizing pump. Like, seriously, I don't believe in hand sanitizer. I just don't believe in it. Like, that's not a thing. I don't recommend using hand sanitizer. We use like natural products. That's what I'm saying. like vinegar. I clean my counters with vinegar. I don't like using bleach for anything but laundry in the toilets. So, but in the case of like a sterile environment for medical procedures, of course, I agree with it.
Can you go ahead and turn the light
So
on?
I do have Purell hand sanitizer. I got, like, you know, there's a time and a place for all that jazz. And
Can you turn the light on?
yes. Yeah, so there's a time and a place for all that jazz, and you know, hand sanitizer like all the time is not good for you. So, but when you're dealing with medical stuff, yeah, I'm gonna have that because I don't want like staph infections or anything. So, I also got like it's a hand sanitizer pump to put on the cart, so that way it's accessible for me or for the nurse, and or both. Yeah, so I'm gonna put those together and then we'll organize stuff. Alright guys, here it is. It's pretty nice. Look at a nice little worktop. You can put your needles and syringes and band-aids. It can disinfect. It's metal. And then drawers to organize everything. So we're gonna make it so the nurse can, any nurse, because it's not always gonna be the same nurse, can just come and find any supplies they need for his IVIG. And we're gonna keep it in Sari's princess room where it's nice and clean all the time. So like you know, however, the most important things, I guess, you know, you can put your alcohol swabs right here. Let's see, we'll put everything in the drawers, then I'll show you. That way it's ready to rock and roll. And then there's this bin also, you know, just for odds and ends and stuff. Like, you could just throw stuff in there, like there's a syringe bucket that we could put on that. Alright guys, you know, I thought I'll just let the nurse put wherever she thinks, but here, you know, I just threw these in a drawer. Alcohol pads here, gloves, sanitary gloves, and then there's, you know, a bunch of other jazz in here, that medicine and stuff that we could put in she could put in whatever drawers necessary, you know? So, yeah, and then I'll keep my biohazard stuff here for needles. And then I'll keep the IV bags in there. There we go. That way everything's ready. I can just roll the cart out, you know, and have it just for IV days, IVIG days. So, okay, and then we'll get back to you when she gets here in a few days. Alright guys, so it's the morning of his IVIG. It was supposed to be the week before his birthday, the weekend before his birthday. And we were all ready to rock and roll. And then the nurse had to cancel because her kids were sick. But, so he was super anxious. And, you know, it's like takes 2 days to get ready to prep for these things. For him to be, like, okay with it. And then for them to cancel, I mean, we know it's not the lady's fault, but it's just was such a, like, kind of a letdown. But then we got to, he had his birthday, so it probably worked out because nothing interrupted his birthday. You know how we don't want to be doing a birthday every day because he wants to have it just right, you know. So we did his birthday, and then we went to the movies, and then we're gonna go to the circus in a couple weeks for that. But now it's a couple days after his birthday, and now the lady's coming, and so we got everything ready, and my dogs are playing. Wait, I need to put them outside. We gotta get their energy out because we can't have them playing around. They only play like once a day. Let's go put them outside. Let's go put them outside. They're getting to where they only like need to run real hard. Run real hard. Go. Go run. Run. Go run. How did Roxy already get out there? I don't know. Anyways, so we're all ready to rock and roll. I got everything set up. I have to be organized when it comes to stuff like this. So I got those thingies put together, and so I put how did you get through? Is the back gate open? Did Dad leave the side gate open? He left the side gate open. We got the side gate left open. Dad accidentally left it open. Oh well. How'd you get back? You got back here, so it's done. You're supposed to be out there. Get back out there. How do you get out there? Go play. Come on, go play. I don't want you in here right now. Go play. Go play. Stay. They're gonna be inside all day with me, the boys. So I can't separate the boys from Bit or me. So, and they're good with people. So they're gonna be in here. Roxy, of course, is going to be put up in the bedroom with Dad. But Robin, she is good with people. She just takes a little bit to get used to. So I'm gonna see if we can get her used to the lady, and then I think I'll put her in the crate so she's still in the room, in her little crate. So she's still in the room, but so she knows what's going on, that I mean it's okay, you know, she can be nice. And then she'll be fine in there, and then I'll let her out a little bit later, you know, after she calms down. And so, but it's not really time to train, you know, this lady's here to do a job. So if it doesn't work within the first hour or so, I'm just gonna put her in the bedroom with her mama. So anyways, we got everything organized. We got his this is an anaphylactic kit right here for with the EpiPen, and anything that happens if there was any kind of anaphylactic shock, but he's usually pretty good, so he's only allergic to bees. That's the only time we've ever had to use EpiPen. But we got, oh yeah, so we got a pulsometer, we got an infrared thermometer, and we got our sanitizer here. And I hooked it on with magnets. They're screwed on magnets here. Beep beep. Pretty cool. So it's just easier. They send hand sanitizer in a bottle. I just like to have that because this is the foam kind. It's nicer. So we got his immunoglobulin ready to rock and roll, getting room temperature, and his saline and all the other jazz that is in here. And then so, and pretty sure these drawers will get filled up in no time. They always send so much product. And at least when I was taking care of my grandma, we always had excess. So I'm sure it's the same. And like my mom and my aunt, they always had tons of extra stuff. So, alright, we're gonna rock and roll. I'll just film just a little bit of him sitting here. It's gonna be nice and comfortable. He's gonna sit in this spot. This is usually his chair, but he's migrated over here. He likes this. So the pole I'm putting right here, so it's out of the way and the poopies won't trip over it. I kind of wish they had like a bag, you know. I'm gonna ask the pharmacist because he you know, look at all these toys he got. He can't play with them. He got these for his birthday and he can't play. But you know what? IV infusion might go fast. They said, well, it's a smaller bottle than the hospitals. It's a smaller infusion because he's getting them more. So the quantity is a lot less. What's the milligrams? Oh, it says right here. It says 850. Is that what it is? Oh, 300 milliliters and 30 grams. So, yeah, the hospitals was more. I have to look at the footage, but I remember looking at it up, and it was more. But yeah, so it should go pretty fast, maybe about 4 hours the most. And then they're coming again the next day it's a 2-day infusion. But I'm saying is that I seen on YouTube, people that get IVIG infusions, sometimes they have a bag, or it's just easier, you know. And if you wanted to move around easier, you know, I don't know, if eventually we can go to a bag type form. But for right now, we have the gravity fed IV pole drip thingamajig. So, all right, guys. We'll just talk to you later.
You just saying, huh?
How you feel?
How you doing? I thought we were going to take
Just did a little video here. His first IVIG at home. It's the saline solution. Alright, we got that going. There we go. This should be really shorter than the hospitals. And then that should go pretty fast, just as fast as your fluids. So then they'll be all done, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Watching Brother Bear. Alright. There's that, guys. Alright, second day of infusion, and we're watching Milan. But he's got his drip going. He's doing good. We're getting the IVIG ready to go next. We're watching medieval history here in Europe, and then Bit's done with his breakfast, and he's on the last bit of his infusion, the second day. So, there we go, he's doing good.
The kingdom of the Franks, or Francia, was the centre of Europe. When Clovis died, Frankish custom was